Hoffman, and I am here today to convince every one of you that abortion is wrong and should be made illegal. Now, a couple of points that my opponent has previously made is that women should be allowed the right to choose, and she also argues over several health factors that have to do with abortion, and she also goes over the guidelines that these doctors have to take. Well, before talking about that, I'd like to say that it is time to take into consideration that abortion is murder, and the life of an unborn child and murdering children should not be an illegal operation in America. Now, when my opponent talks about how doctors have to follow certain guidelines and take certain precautions before allowing their clients to receive an abortion, I'd like to take note that throughout all 50 states in the United States, abortion is legal, and the guidelines that they have to follow include that it is legal for women to have an abortion up to the first child of the pregnancy. That is the minimum. So basically, a woman can have an abortion. It's mandatory to allow an abortion for a woman that is 3 months or 3 months pregnant or less. And so that's really the only guideline they go over, is that they give the most basic amount of time that a woman is allowed to have an abortion up to, but that also varies state to state. And California is one of the few states that allow abortions up to the final 9 months of a woman's pregnancy. So yes, there are certain guidelines that doctors do have to take into consideration, but they're very vague and they don't necessarily prevent giving abortions or minimizing that number. They kind of just have, I guess, like a minimum timeline to have an abortion, which isn't really effective. And another point she makes is that the child, the fetus, is not alive at that point. It is not independent. It's living inside its mother. And there are plenty of studies that say that abortion should be illegal because technically when the fetus is inside the mother, it's considered a parasite because it lives off of its mother. It gets nutrients from its mother, and it's not looked at as a child. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't think a child should ever be looked at as a parasite, even though it is, living inside a woman. And so the fact that abortion is legal and so accepted makes it devalues children, it devalues people to a point where we see a child, a potential life, a potential gift, we view it as a parasite. And so my opponent may be correct when she says that it's not living, it's not independent, but it still has potential to be life instead of potential stem cells, I guess you could say. Pregnancy is starting to be viewed as an issue when it comes to abortions, and abortion in this case is the only solution. And if abortion was to be made illegal, we wouldn't view pregnancy as an issue. If abortion was not to exist, we would view pregnancy as an opportunity to give life. And if we aren't giving the fetus that opportunity, then yeah, we're looking at pregnancy as just an issue and not something that it actually is. There's also several ways to put abortion to an end. It's definitely possible because between the time of 1990 and 2005, the abortion rate had dropped 25%. So that says enough within these 15 years to say that we could withdraw abortion entirely instead of just diminishing it over time. We could get rid of it altogether.